So I got a little different video for you guys today. I get a lot of questions in my inbox and stuff, people asking, what do you use to wash your bike? What do you use to make your bike shine? What do you use to make it look so brand new? And I guess I'm gonna tell you in this video. The old girl's right here. She's pretty filthy. But yeah, this video is just gonna be me showing you the products I use, the steps I take in order to get it clean. So I'll just give you like step by step of how I clean this thing. But I'll show you what she looks like right now, and I'll give you a rundown of the three products. It's all I use to get this thing sparkling that I use. Here she is, the new rim and tire setup. These are 30 by 9.5 by 14 EFX Moto Slayers on 14-inch MSA bead locks. I got these from N2Y Tire in Barrie, Ontario. If you want some of the best deals around and you say you are in Ontario, stop in the store, ask for Roger, he's the owner, tell him I sent you, and he'll probably give you a pretty sweet deal. But that's not about that today. Today it's about how dirty this thing is. It's just yeah, and it's currently -1 out. It's a little bit chilly, but we got to get it done because I can't stand to look at my bike like this, and I got a bunch of stuff I gotta fix. So first I'm going to give this whole bike a good rinse, make it look like there's no mud on it. Then I'm going to spray everything down with the cleaner and degreaser, give it a good rub. Don't be a baby about it. You really, after you spray the cleaner and degreaser on, let it sit for 10 minutes, then start rubbing at everything. Make sure it gets in there really good, then spray off all your degreaser, and then I hit it with the mud and dust wash, put it all over the bike, give it a good rub, give it a good wash and rinse, and then once that's done, let her dry. Make sure the whole bike is completely dry. I can't specify that enough, because if you put SC1 on a wet surface, it makes it all splotchy and disgusting. So wait till it's completely dry, then hit her with the SC1. All right, now you can get all of these cleaners and degreasers at your local BRP store, and it's actually not that bad of a price either, and you'll see the results. It's well worth it. So without further ado, let's get this baby sparkling. So I just got done giving her a quick little spray off. You can see I didn't really go hard on anything. This step is literally just taking off the thick stuff so that the degreaser can get on things like that and take it off. So and also I do not spray my exhaust with this stuff. I did spray one of my exhausts with purple degreaser, and it put a bunch of little splotches all over it, so I don't suggest doing it. I haven't tried it with this stuff, and I'm not going to with these pipes. Okay, so let's get the degreaser all over this thing and give her a good rub down. So don't let this sit on your bike for too long. I've heard bad things if you let any type of degreaser sit too long. So just 5-10 minutes. All right, now the outside is pretty much done. We are gonna do the underneath. We're just gonna give everything a quick little spray. All right, last little side here. Pretty much it for the degreaser. A little bit left. I'll spray the spots that are extra stained. Like usually it's the A-arms if you have an axle boot pad or something. So now we just give it a good little rub down everywheres, and then give it a nice little rinse, and I'll show you the next step. So yeah, so literally all I'm doing right now after the degreaser sprayed, got my chamois, and I'm literally everywhere I've sprayed, I'm just giving it a good rub. I haven't sprayed my actual rab yet or washed it. That will be the absolute last thing I do. Yeah, just literally wipe everything down. So yeah, but I'm gonna put the camera down because I like to do this quick so nothing sits too long, and I'll show you after I'm done rinsing absolutely everything. All right guys, so this is literally after using the cleaner and degreaser and giving it a rinse. You don't even need to use soap, just on the tires. They look brand new again. I mean, that's just degreaser. It's a little mind-blowing what it can do. We'll get to soaping now, give her another little scrub, rinse her off, and we'll go from there. This is what it looks like after I give it a nice little soap bath. Everything is covered. So I'll quickly go over everything with a chamois or cloth or glove mitt, whatever you want to use. Give it a good rinse. And then we'll take it in the shop, let it dry off, and we'll hit some SC1 later. So let's get scrubbing. All right, so this is it after a quick little rinse. This is after I use the soap. It's just, yeah, it brings it all together. All nice and clean inside. All up top. Even the pipes. Everything is just, and you're gonna see some little, if I can find an example, but there's always some in the front. See like little specks like that. So, and like back there's a little speck on that. So what I'll do is I put the big pressure washer away, and then I'll just get out the garden hose and I'll just put it on like a light shower mode, and then I'll just give the whole bike a once over with that. That way, because with the pressure washer, you hit one muddy spot and it sends it to another spot on the bike because there's so much pressure. But with a garden hose, it just showers over top of it and then makes it hit the ground. So that's what I do as a final step before the SC1, and I'll give you a little demonstration. So this is literally my last step before the SC1. Got a little garden hose here, got it in shower mode, and just let it rain on top of the bike. I always start with the top, let everything drip down to the bottom, and then I'll do underneath it. And literally, and even that I find is a little aggressive. So we're gonna change it to soaker. So now I'm gonna use the last of this cleaner degreaser on the rad. Spray the really bad spots. I'm just using the rest of it. Don't let it sit too long or you will ruin your rad. 5 minutes max. Let it soak in. And no, I'm not saying it's just this degreaser. If you do this with any degreaser and let it sit too long, it's gonna ruin your fins and make your fins weak, and then they'll just start bending when they hit the wind. All right, it's been just about 5 minutes. We're just gonna let it rain over top. And then you'll see, if you watch down here, you'll see all the extra mud and everything start to fall out. Once again, please do not do this with a pressure washer. You will bend the fins. My first day I had my bike, nobody told me that. I bent my fins, and now I'm using a junkyard rad, but it works amazing. So yeah, after this, I'm gonna take it into the shop, let it dry off. I gotta go pick up my kid from daycare. I'll get him to bed, and then we'll hit it with some SC1. We'll be back. All right, guys, it's been about 3 hours in the heated shop. Don't mind the tires, I had to roll it in here and everything was wet, but everything else is pretty much looking perfect. I'll just give you a quick, and if you see any little spots, don't you worry, the big boy's coming out next. The SC1, so if you just look at the seat and pay close attention to like the black, like the before and after, even the footwells and everything. The outside of the tires, it's about to look like, well, it's about to look like a brand new bike. Okay, so here is the final product after using the SC1. Now, as you can see all the black, see how it's now glistening, same as the side panels here, same as the tires come down. Everything that was black, how now it just has just a glisten over it, so it looks like, look at that back rack. Remember in the first little clip I showed you how everything was like a faded gray? It brings the color right back. The footwells, they now glisten again. Tires, wheels. Do not spray anything that gets warm with this, like your exhaust, your header, your engine. Anything that gets warm, your rad, don't spray it, because it'll smoke and it'll stink and you'll regret it. I only spray like my plastics and my tires and like the metal up there and stuff. Nothing really underneath except like the axles and shocks and stuff like that. Oh, it's just a glistening. Just glistening. It's perfect. All right, there you guys have it. That's gonna be the end of the video. And just remember, in this video, I'm not telling you what products you should use. I'm not telling you how you should clean your bike and the steps you should do to clean your bike. This is literally just what I do. It works for me. I've had a lot of questions on what I do, what I use. So I hope that answered everybody's questions. And I can't take all the credit. I learned a lot of these tips from my main man, Diesel Dilly, or at Diesel Dilly 1000R on Instagram. Look him up. I mean, his bike looks better than showroom condition. All he does is go mudding, but his diff, engines, and you won't find one mud stain on that whole bike on his XXC. Cleanest XXC I've ever seen. So big shout out to Diesel Dilly for giving me all these tips that I've been using for a long time. And I mean, come on, they work. So massive shout out Diesel Dilly. Sunday coming up, massive mud run. I finally get to try out these Moto Slayers in some mud with 4-wheel drive. I got 2 axles right there for the front, some ball joints. Gonna get this thing just ready, so if it breaks, it's gonna be tough to break it, because I'm gonna be going pretty hard on Sunday. Stay tuned for that video. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe. Hit that little bell button, ding, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, and remember, if at first you don't succeed, just hit her with some fucking speed. And clean with XPS.